Hello guys, so last week I've relaunched my LaravelDaily.com website, and when I introduced that in a video, you asked a question. A few of you asked pretty much the same question in the comments. Any chance to get some kind of behind the scenes of how I developed my new site? Also, some of you asked for specific things like Algolia or Teachable or something. So in this video, I will quickly run through my thoughts and process and tools and what I used for that website. I won't publish the repository itself. It was never meant to be published. It will not be open source, but I will show some of the code, and the main part is the decision process. So what I want you to learn from this video is how I was thinking, why I made some decisions, and only then the implementation of them. If you have any more questions, let's put it this way. This video will be quite short, just running through the things, but if you have some specific question about some specific part or feature or tool, just shoot in the comments below and I will try to answer them. So I came up with two kind of subtopic, two parts of this video. The thought process like a project manager, like project owner, like entrepreneur from the business side, how I was thinking about the project, and then the technical details of how it was actually built. And let's start from the first thing, quickly run through what was the beginning. The idea was to concentrate all my content into one new platform, LaravelDaily.com, to run away from Teachable, from posting somewhere else, and consolidate the content. And first, I needed to come up with the structure of all of that. So what I took was pen and paper, believe it or not, and just try to draw the database schema, the future database schema of what would it be. Courses, lessons, articles, videos, GitHub repositories, and stuff like that. And then I went to our own tool, Quick Admin Panel, to generate this, what would become later current LaravelDaily.com admin panel. But the initial version was not admin panel, it was just CRUDs with fields and relationships to tell my team what we should build, what would be the structure. And I often use our Quick Admin Panel for kind of the drawing board, you can call it, or draft structure or something like that, for kind of like a specification of the future system. So in quickadminpanel.com, I went and created courses, lessons, and for example, for lessons, I thought what would be the fields, so is published or not, is free or not, and other fields. And step by step, I've created that. And along the way, I realized some fundamental questions about the system, about some features. For example, I realized that I need to host the videos somewhere. So if I'm moving away from that Teachable platform from my courses, eventually I will move away. For now, Teachable will be still active until like mid-23 or something. But still, I need to host those videos somewhere. And then I had to make a decision where to host those videos. And is it worth it financially, because I would still use some hosting or some provider, and then I had to make a calculation and experiment. And after some technical experiments and research, I've landed on Vimeo. So how it works, I upload my videos to Vimeo and then embed them into my web page, but those videos are not public, they are just embedded on my web page. And Vimeo is also used by most popular course creators like Laracast, like Spati, like Code Course from what I remember. So in the end, the decision was a no-brainer, except for financial part. So for Teachable, currently I pay $119 per month for using their platform, and that includes video hosting. In this case, I had to pay Vimeo some amount, but actually it's much cheaper. Currently I'm on the plan for $20 per month called Pro, and I'm pretty happy with that. This is enough for my courses for now. So after I made that decision and came up with the structure of the database, the actual work started. My colleagues started to code the backend. I have two colleagues, one full-time, one part-time. So they started working feature by feature on implementing the admin panel improvements and structure improvements. So the backend, I started to working on the content. So uploading the videos, refreshing the content, thinking about tags and new content pieces. And at that time, I also found a designer to work on the front end and on the design. And then at some point it all came together into the first version of this that you can see on the screen. So the database, the content, and the design. Internally we had the first alpha version in like July or something, with only a few features actually working properly. And then agile iteration, sprint by sprint, feature by feature, test by test, until at the end of September I decided to actually go live, even without a few features that were initially planned. As always, everything takes longer than expected, so all in all, that process took around 3-4 months in total. And my main takeaway from this process, I knew that before, but I've kind of re-felt that again, is that you actually know what you want as a client only when you see the first version. Quite often developers are angry about the clients changing their minds and adding more features after it was already agreed upon in the beginning, but this is actually a human thing. When the big project is just on paper, it's pretty hard to imagine, to grasp that. And as soon as we launched something visually, some admin panel, some design, I thought, okay, the search should be this and this, the sidebar should be with this and this, then this part is missing that I didn't think about. Some of that is my fault, some of that is just general improvement by designer, suggested by designer. So my main point is that I would advise to launch the internal version 0.1 as soon as possible. Otherwise, if you launch something only like a week before the official launch, then you would have probably the same amount of new ideas what to change. Then you would notice a lot of things that would be changed by then in your mind in a few months. Maybe even business requirements would change, maybe something new would come up, but then you would have only 1 week until launch. So the idea is to launch as early as possible internally. Okay, so this is it for the first part, the thoughts about launching the project from project owner perspective and kind of like business perspective. Whether it will be successful or not financially, only time will show. And you can help me with that, by the way, by purchasing the premium membership on LaravelDaily.com. And let's split it into 2 separate videos. I already see that this video is pretty long enough. I'm trying to make shorter videos, like up to 10 minutes on this channel. So tomorrow I will publish the part 2, which would be instead of a typical Saturday video. So tomorrow I'll talk about the technical details and the tools and some code examples. But if you have any questions about the business and project manager thoughts, still shoot in the comments below. And see you tomorrow, guys, in the second part of this video.